So as a university, we have committed to change. We have committed to change through our strategic plan and through the actions that we are now putting in place in order to make sure that that plan actually comes into existence. But of course, as a university community, as students, as staff, we need to reflect on our motivation for change, our vision for change, our action for change. And that requires a conversation. We have to have the conversation, for example, around institutional culture. What does it mean when we talk about institutional culture? It may mean different things for different people. So apart from it being situated in the strategy, we also have to find meaning for ourselves as people that actually have to live the strategy. So I think the cafe-style conversations is about opening a space for dialogue. And it's fundamentally for me a space where we come to listen to each other as opposed to a space where we come to tell each other what we think. Because I think it's through the listening that we begin to understand how we as individuals can either participate or support or actively lead the goals that we are working towards in terms of implementing change.
The purpose of the transformation framework is to really standardize the approach of transformation committees across UCT. Since the initiation of transformation committees at UCT, the process of their work, their mandate and their scope has really been an organic one. But we are now at a point where we're able to standardize the approach and operationalize the practice, but more importantly, give the position and the power and the agency to transformation committees to take on the ownership for cultural change, cultural interventions, and to initiate projects around diversity and inclusion in their department and in their faculties.
My vision for UCT GSB is to build an institution where everybody, irrespective of their race, culture, gender, and other indicators, can feel that they're welcome here, that they can make a contribution and that they are valued in this institution.
Thank you for having us here in your space today. I'm from the Office for Inclusivity and Change, and our role at UCT is to support the DVC for transformation, operationalizing transformation across campus.
It's absolutely critical if we actually wish to move forward with transformation. So we don't want it to be a buzzword. We don't want to do it for the sake of ticking a box, but we want to allow our conversation that actually leads to purposeful action.
We have 5 main goals of the UCT Strategic Plan. For transformation, Professor Ferris is focused on goal 1 and 4. However, you will see in the reading of all 5 goals that transformation is threaded through each function and mission of the university. So in terms of goal 1 and 4, there is a monitoring and evaluation framework. So as a transformation forum on your campus, you should be engaging with that framework and understanding what indicators we hope to achieve. Some of those indicators are as simple as holding a conversation like this.
The importance of this cafe-style initiative is to ensure that everybody at UCT GSB feels that they can contribute towards making change possible in the school. They can feel free to talk about their concerns, about their interests, about their fears in relation to transformation. And we are creating a culture of accountability, a culture of service in the school where people can feel that this is a school that belongs to them, they own it, and they can contribute towards change, meaningful change, not just rhetoric, we're talking about meaningful change. It's all very well to talk about change, but if we do not implement it, it is meaningless.
So the context of the last 2 years has actually, I think, brought us to this space where we're trying to figure out exactly what transformation is and what do we do. And we can't ignore the fact that we have an activist campus. We have our students who are articulating their demands much more loudly. And we can't ignore that we do need to address the cause. And how we address it is sensitively but strategically.
Three groups spoke of basically having a very clearly defined transformation roadmap with defined and achievable milestones, and then that leads to some accountability. We want transformation to be on the agenda of almost all committee meetings, whether it's an academic meeting or a management meeting or even a departmental meeting.
I want to build an institution where diversity and inclusivity are appreciated. And that is what I believe transformation is all about. The next steps have to do with translating what we've said into action to make sure that transformation becomes a lived reality in our school.